Hey everyone, Scott here, and a little something different. I'm sharing a couple of the books I have on my shelf at work. I'm a software developer by trade, as some of you know. However, I've worked general IT jobs over the years in my career. I've done sysadmin stuff, networking, hardware repair, help desk, consulting, you name it. I've dabbled in quite a few things and specialized in a couple of those. But these are books I actually got for free from libraries that were getting rid of them, and I thought that kind of fits the theme, so let's share this. Kind of a bonus video, bit off topic, but maybe some of you will enjoy seeing these. And I'm going to talk about how they affected my career and what they meant to me, so it's not just all a bunch of technical mumbo jumbo. But this one is SQL, second edition by Chris Fahili. Maybe that's how you say that. Visual Quick Start Guide, and I got this from the free rack. It was an older edition. The back is there's like a tear in it, but I grabbed it because I was doing SQL development. I had been for a few years. I did database development, and I thought, well, maybe this will help me. I'll learn something. I could not have guessed how much I would learn. You can see I have a couple index cards where I noted things throughout the book that I found helpful. Wanted to make sure I remembered. I starred things that were really important, like some performance tips. I learned a lot going through these. Apparently, I had a lot of pens in different colors at the time. Uh, this book made me a much better developer, made me much better at SQL, got me using it more efficiently, doing more complex things. And in my last job, this was very helpful, learning the things I learned in here. In my current job, I wouldn't have gotten the job if I hadn't learned some of the things I learned in here. It's been very important in my current job to be very good at SQL. This book helped set me up for what I'm doing now. Very grateful that I found this and read it. I took notes in it throughout. This was like the first time I really wrote in a computer book. I always wanted to keep things pristine and take care of them, and I just found, it helped to write things, and it got me in the habit, which was very helpful too. I noted things that I starred things that were important, took notes on things that I noticed. There's some underlining. I apparently had a purple marker, or pen rather. Mamo will appreciate that. I guess if it was a really expensive book, maybe I would have marked in it with a pencil. I don't know. I noticed, here's something I noted. This isn't supported in Access or SQL Server, which is what I was using. So just really, this book's really important to me. I don't have to refer to it too much these days because I know a lot of what's in here now just from doing it so much, but it's one that'll always be on my shelf because it had such an impact on my career. And something that someone was just tossing aside and it got thrown on the free rack at the library. The other one here, this one is pretty well known in the industry. This is Scott Mueller's Upgrading and Repairing PCs, 18th edition. This was a library discard, so the library had it, and they got the new edition, and they were letting this one go. And I think this was also free, or maybe I paid $1 for it. I don't remember for sure, but it notes that there's a DVD included because the librarian would need to see that when they were checking it out to know to give you the disc that it comes with. There it is. This is I think this was a 2008 edition, so this is before YouTube had really taken off. I don't know if YouTube was around in 2008. I don't remember. But, so you still had to include videos on a DVD if you wanted to share videos. Like, now we don't even really have the book so much because everything's a video. This first came out in 1988 and was last updated in 2015, I believe, 22nd edition. I don't know that they're still making this book anymore because you can learn so much on YouTube, but in the era when you learned all the computer things, how to do everything from humongous books like this, over 1,500 pages. This book was king. This was the Bible of repairing and servicing computers. And I had been doing that already, and when I picked this book up, and that was pretty good, but there was just a lot of great information in here and a lot of very technical information that I hadn't thought as much about. And I definitely learned a lot from this too. And just enjoyed it. Shares a lot of history, and it's just for those who are really into computer hardware, these are a lot of fun to go through, even though they're a little dated now. I kind of have a feeling they're not going to update it anymore. I think it is a blast to look through and just see all these very technical things and things that, gosh, I remember that are no longer an issue. Like, I just happened to open, this is talking about the 137 gig barrier. I remember that, where your hard drive could only be so big, and then they had to, I don't know, something changed to make it possible to have a larger hard drive. This is all such, now it's just all so old-fashioned and not an issue anymore. There's an illustration of what a hard drive looks like inside, which those are, at least on the consumer side, on laptops these days, it's becoming less common. SSDs now are the way to go. Analyzing the construction of a 3.5-inch floppy disk. I love this. Too much fun. It'd probably be a lot of fun to find a really old edition of this, like from the mid early 90s or prior, and just see what kind of things they were covering and including in here back then. But yeah, I did learn a few things from this, and just found it helpful sometimes when I was facing a particular issue or something unique, to see what sort of wisdom Scott Mueller had included in here on that particular topic concerning computer hardware. So yeah, those are a couple of books that have been very helpful and beneficial to me in my career that I got at libraries for free or very little money. You just never know what you'll find at your local library. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this and maybe found it entertaining, if nothing else. If you have anything you'd like to share, I invite you to do so in the comments. Give me a like if you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. God bless. Have a wonderful day, friends.